Instead of just mobilising our own side, we need to organise the unconvinced, the people who are not here today for whatever reason. And one of my favourite kind of go-to people in terms of trade union organising is an American writer called Jane McAlevey. She calls this deep organising. And what she means by that is organising within any networks that we have to continually expand our base, to continually expand the amount of people we are talking to. And we need to be honest with ourselves about this. It's not going to be us in this room today that win that second referendum. Instead, every single one of us has a responsibility to go out of here and find new leaders for our movement. It means mapping out our communities. It means extending a hand to people who might not have been convinced last time round. And 5 years ago, at that RIT conference that I mentioned, we offered an example of that real organising, and I think other groups did too. On our opening panel in 2012, arguably there was only one person on that panel that anybody knew. Everyone else was like, who are these folks? And it was Jean Urquhart. Now, Jean had just quit the SNP over the question of NATO. She was a dissident. The rest of the panel were disability rights activists, workplace activists like myself, anti-war activists, mostly not in a political party. And during that last campaign, it was those new voices that made the campaign dynamic and interesting, and it's what's built today's event. They weren't necessarily the loudest people, but they were people with networks who knew other people, who could influence different networks, influence different groups, influence different parts of Scottish society. They were people who were trusted by groups that the independence campaign hadn't quite reached yet. They had a knowledge and an insight that was different from the mainstream campaign, and that, all those networks, all that diversity really, really changed things. And I think that we cannot lose that sense of renewal. We can't let our movement start to look like the same old faces. I include my face in this, by the way, as well. There is new talent and potential everywhere. We can't forget the lessons that made us strong. There are lots of well-meaning motions and great statements by the same old people, including myself, but if it's just the same people saying it over and over again, our networks and our influence and our power will get thinner and thinner. So let's organise to find new voices, new experiences, people who haven't found the confidence to become outspoken yet. Let's organise events to help and support them express themselves in public, to tell their own story. Let's give them a platform to speak about independence, their hopes, their concerns, their dreams, their fears, and let's renew our movement. I think that as well as doing that real deep organising, finding these new people who are out there, they are out there.
Independence Live is a group of citizen livestream journalists. People like you are us. We livestream important events which the mainstream media ignore. Indie Live has livestreamed over 700 events since November 2013. Most past events are available to view for free from our website. To continue to raise the quality of our coverage, expand outreach, and develop much-needed digital infrastructure, we need money. Please consider supporting the ongoing activity of Indie Live by making a donation at www.independencelive.net.